I thought the lady that played Rita, like his wife, I thought she was amazing.
Right.
J. Cole did a good job too.
What are you talking about?
I couldn't unsee it, nigga. Every time that nigga was doing something, I was just like, nigga, this is J. Cole's biopic, nigga. I feel like he did a good job, but I don't have a lot to judge it off of anyway, because it's like I don't know who Bob Marley was. I don't know what he's supposed to sound like. Because when what's it called did Tupac, it's just like, okay, he looked like him, but it was like we saw some things where it was just like, that bothered me because it's not like Tupac would have said it. It don't really seem like Tupac. So it's like I can't judge this dude doing Bob Marley's accent. How he did, because I don't know what Bob Marley sound like, or
you have no reference for it.
Yeah, so it's just like I thought he did a great job. In my eyes.
I thought it was a great movie. What I came with, and it's funny that you brought up Get On Up in the beginning. James Brown and Bob Marley was like, as far as music goes, identical at a certain point.
Yeah.
Like if you look at his creation process, you remember Get On Up, how James Brown would riff to make songs.
Yeah,
it's like they don't even care about rhyming the lyrics. It's more like the feel of the song is what matters.
I'm gonna say what I feel at the moment, and we're gonna record it.
Yeah, and I think that's dope.
You are now tuned into Black on Black Prime.
Right. Disclaimer: no matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you, and we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say, though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off.
Hey, what up, cousin? What you doing?
Aw, shit. What you want?
Damn, why you asking me that?
Sean, if you call me asking me what I'm doing, it's because you got something you want me to do.
Man, you tripping. Check it out, though.
Damn it, see?
Hey, chill out. Why you acting like that? You don't even know what I want.
It don't matter what you want. You always asking for stuff.
Hey, nigga, didn't you just ask me to handle that little thing with the dude and thing, and didn't I do that shit without asking twice? Didn't you say you owed me and it didn't matter what I asked, you would do it?
Why you bringing up old shit?
Tanya.
All right, nigga, damn. What is it?
Hello, 1, 2, 3. No woman, no cry.
This nigga. I just realized this nigga was British. I saw his interview.
Yeah.
I think that nigga was British. I thought he did a decent job with the patois.
Yeah, them niggas be taking a butt. Is he from London or Britain?
It's not the same thing. I don't know.
I don't know, nigga. I don't fucking know. But
from the UK.
Yeah, it's the UK. So the UK niggas, I was telling my wife this, it's like they accent is almost it's like close to the Jamaican accent too to me. For some reason, it's like I could damn near hear them almost the same.
Like it's not a stretch for them to do.
Yeah. It's not a leap to try to jump from this one to that one. Just in my opinion, I'm not sure. It might be some niggas be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Just from what I hear, because I'll be watching a lot of UK shows and movies.
All right, so I want to start by saying.
Oh wait! Before you start, we're talking about the Bob Marley movie. Y'all.
Oh yeah, this is for One Love, Bob Marley.
Go ahead.
So you like the James Brown movie Get On Up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't hate it, but for the same reasons, this movie, like it kind of like I didn't feel that movie for the same reasons why this movie was kind of like, God damn, like it's another movie like that. It's like it's almost like the good part about the James Brown movie, right, is I feel like they kept going back and forth. This movie, I feel like they threw me in of like, oh, like here you go. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know about Marley yet. Like, nah, nigga, like this is like this is what we giving you. You know what I mean? It's just like I want to know. I left being like, damn, I want to know more about him now. You know what I mean? Because it's like I felt like they kind of threw you in almost like you knew who he was already. So nigga, fill in the gaps.
Okay, so you want that build up. You want to know him like Ray. You want to know him from the ground.
Right. Like it's like with James Brown, I feel like it was the same thing. It was just like, but I kind of knew more of James Brown than I knew about Marley. So it's like I kind of was able to fill in some gaps with James Brown, but it's like they threw you into the James Brown movie. Like I'm already grown.
Right.
And it's like we'll go back a little bit, but you know, we starting from kind of where we want to start from. Like you're already famous.
Yeah. And I feel you on that. My angle was going in, it's like I already have a perception of who Bob Marley is. I don't know nothing about him really, but I have a perception. Like I know from how people react. Like whenever you meet, like I got partners, like island partners, like you could tell how they feel about him. He's like a Tupac for them.
Right.
So it's like you already going in. I already understand he's a big person. I'm like, what is this movie trying to show me? I'm like, show me the angles of why his music affects people the way it does. So I wasn't necessarily looking for the growing up part, the background.
Yeah.
So that was my angle going into it. It wasn't like because I get what you're saying. It's like they did some flashback to the kid, and it for me it was kind of confusing still with the dad thing.
Yeah, because like his dad was white, but then at the end his dad was not. It wasn't his dad. It was like a black dude. That wasn't his dad though.
Right, but it was like, what's going on? You know what I mean? It was like his dad was white on the picture. His dad's on that horse. He's a white dude, but then at the end, there's this black dude on the horse dressed the exact same. It's like, what are they saying with that?
Yeah, and it has a lot to do with just not knowing of who. Like I feel like the people that know him, the people that followed him, people that watched the documentary, like this is just like, all right. We watched the Tupac document. We watched we know Tupac front and backwards at this point in our lives. We've seen a lot of documentaries. We've seen a lot of movies. So if you throw out a movie and it start when Tupac is in Vegas, it's like, you know, I know exactly what's going on. I can already put two and two together. With this nigga, I don't know why he's doing the concert for Jabor. Or is like a political war and all of that. And, you know, he's got to do this concert Jamaica and he don't do it. He almost get assassinated. I don't know why none of that shit is happening. Like, why they try to kill this nigga, man?
So yeah. I think that's more so of learning what happened in Jamaica at that time, more than learning about who Bob Marley is.
And then from what I saw, I feel like they didn't explain that and why to me. I was just
like, what were you saying? Who Bob Marley is?
No. Like what was going on in Jamaica? Like I get that there was some type of war, but there was no real it's a movie, so it's like of course they gonna shorten it up a little bit, but I feel like if I'm going into that movie, maybe I should have watched a documentary about Bob and what was really going on at that time and why he was such a a big person at the time or an important person at the time. I mean,
so it seems like from what you're saying, and I think I understand, it's like it seems like they assumed that the audience knew what happened in Jamaica already. Like we already knew that they're having this war and two political sides and everybody's getting killed and all this. Like it was assumed that we knew about all of that already.
Right.
So it's like when we coming in, we see Bob Marley, you see him in the middle of everything. We kind of like, wait, what's going on? It's like throwing us in the fire. You're like, wait, but why? But why are they trying to kill him just for singing a song? It's like I get what you're saying. It's like we needed to see the Jamaica documentary before we seen this movie.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Right.
Just so you can get a full grasp of it.
Because I'm sure people that know it love it. They're like, oh shit, man, we can already put two together. Like how me and you could put two and two together on Tupac.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's easy.
But in the same breath, Cause this is this FedEx driver comes to my job and he's deep into it. So when I asked him about this movie, he like, I don't even want to see that shit. And his thing was they're not gonna be able to capture everything. He was like, how are they gonna capture everything for Bob? And I told him, I was like, I don't know nothing about Bob Marley, but I said I could see his angle because that's how we felt about Tupac. It's like, how could you capture everything Tupac was doing? It's like, is there a way to make it good enough? You get what I'm saying? It's older people that don't like that James Brown movie because they didn't do James Brown right. I heard somebody say he was not hitting the dance moves right that James Brown was doing. I'm like, damn, how could you make it perfect for somebody who's a deep fan like that?
Yeah, I feel like it's really tricky with any biopic. Like you really, like even it's funny because even when the family is involved, right? You know what I mean?
The family is literally hand in hand with what's going on.
It's still not enough. You know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like there are some people that can take that and be like, oh man, this was a great film, and just take it for what it was because I know who Bob Marley is and whatever. But you know,
well, not because I know who he is, but I took it as just a great film, just because I just went in with let me just see what's going on.
Right, like you know, I had to attach on to what was going on more than like, all right, trying to figure out who he was. So it's like, was the acting great? Yes. You know what I mean? Was, you know, of course the music is like any song that came on, it's like, I know that song. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, those songs are familiar. And it was emotional. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they did a good job in capturing that. And it was like it wasn't boring, like, right? Like I didn't sit in the theater and I was just like, just hurry this shit up, man. You know what I mean? Like I sat there and, you know, kind of watched everything. Just like how our last review was, like I left wanting more, like, damn, I want to go see the documentary now or something. You know what I mean? I need to know why this happened or why that happened.
But okay, so in that sense, do you think that's a good thing though? Like, do you think it's a good thing that you left like, let me figure out this background? So it's like if Bob Marley was my dad and I made a movie, what would I want the audience to take from it? Like, because everything that was happening with him, it was happening with his sons too. Like they was a part of that too. So it's kind of like, how do we get the story from our background out? It's like the easier way is to go through my dad and leave the audience with enough to be like, let me study, see what happened in Jamaica. Why was there wars? Why was there political stuff going on?
Yeah, so I definitely do feel that this was, if you don't know anything about him, here's a little sample. You know what I mean? It's like I was like, you know, you go somewhere, you go to Costco, you fuck with the sample, you're gonna buy the bag. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just like I felt like it was one of those things. It was like, okay, like I can see myself wanting to like kind of dive into, because I know he put out that Marley documentary or whatever, like maybe some years back. Like I would watch that now.
Right. So you want to know more. But I think it was more so you could tell there's certain parts that's fanfare. Like, so say if we got we did get a Tupac movie, but say if we had a movie where it's like, who else can I say? Snoop movie come out, and we see the moment where he's writing Gin and Juice. Yeah. We see the moment where he's writing What's My Name. I think that was killing the fans. When this nigga's upstairs, I don't want to call him a nigga. When he upstairs listening, and they play Exodus downstairs, and he run down there and he writes Exodus on the spot, I can see them getting that feel.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Because they love that song so much. With Exodus, I was like, I don't really know this song. But I think it's a dope moment that he's writing it on the spot like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's more so with, I think this is more so the background, the fanfare for the music creation.
Yeah. Absolutely. And even all the way up to the album cover, like I like that. You know what I mean? It was just like, nah, this mean this. You know what I mean? And when they showed him the first album cover, it was like, nah. You know what I mean?
He just, nah, do it again.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna say something without saying nothing, pretty much. You know what I mean? And I thought that was dope. I thought the lady that played Rita, like his wife, I thought she was amazing.
Right.
J. Cole did a good job too.
What are you talking about?
I couldn't unsee it, nigga. Every time that nigga was doing something, I was just like, nigga, this is J. Cole's biopic, nigga. I feel like he did a good job, but I don't have a lot to judge it off of anyway, because it's like I don't know who Bob Marley was. I don't know what he's supposed to sound like. Because when what's it called did Tupac, it's just like, okay, he looked like him, but it was like we saw some things where it was just like, that bothered me because it's not like Tupac would have said it. It don't really seem like Tupac. So it's like I can't judge this dude doing Bob Marley's accent, how he did, because I don't know what Bob Marley sound like, or
you have no reference for it.
Yeah, so it's just like I thought he did a great job. In my eyes.
I thought it was a great movie. What I came with, and it's funny that you brought up Get On Up in the beginning. James Brown and Bob Marley was like, as far as music goes, identical at a certain point.
Yeah.
Like if you look at his creation process, you remember Get On Up, how James Brown would riff to make songs.
Yeah,
it's like they don't even care about rhyming the lyrics. It's more like the feel of the song is what matters.
I'm gonna say what I feel at the moment, and we're gonna record it.
Yeah, and I think that's dope. Like I think that's what I got from him as an artist. It's kind of like everything was the feel of it.
Yeah.
Everything was the feel, capture the feel of it, and I think that's dope as hell.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a lot of, because the only thing I ever really knew about him was like, okay, like they said that he had cancer in his foot. He didn't want to cut his foot off, so he died of cancer. Then I heard some controversial things that I'm not going to talk about because I don't know shit about. It was like some conspiracies or whatever, and I'm like, okay,
that's always part of it.
Yeah, so I was just like, but he didn't want to cut off his toe for like religious reasons, like the Rastafari thing.
It was crazy with that too. I didn't because it's when you hear the Jamaican accent, they say I a lot. And then when she broke down why they say I was like, that makes sense, and that's why they do it.
Right. Yeah, it's a like, it's weird because it's like when you watch the movie or whatever, right? And it's like you feeling like the scene's going, like when he was arguing with his girl in the front, the scene that he had with old boy where he kicked bro in the stomach. It was just like, nigga, I took 6 bullets for you, nigga. That's how you do me. But dude was, taking money.
Yeah, stealing money.
And it's weird because it's like, man, like there are some people in the world that just like are almost like too good for this world, right? You know what I mean? Because everybody's for themselves for the most part. So it's just like you got people that are like, man, shit, I don't do it for this. I do it for, the people. You know what I mean?
Like, always get killed.
Yeah, always, nigga.
Always.
You do it for the people, nigga. You might as well do it for to die. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's why I don't want to say that's why Pac died, but he was on that same path. Nipsey was on that same path. It's like if you for the people, you're going to die.
Yeah.
By the hands of the people.
Yeah. Like they don't, it's like, nigga, you're almost like, I don't want to use the word perfect, nigga, but you trying too hard and you trying, you're trying to be great, nigga. You ain't gonna be great.
Right. You ain't gonna be great because I ain't great.
Exactly. And
cut it out.
Just like you said, niggas get taken out. Like there's not many left. You know what I mean? Like if there's somebody out there that was for the people, it's like they had like some bullshit on them. That's why they didn't get killed. Like you got some shit on you. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna kill you. It's just like, oh,
hey, we ain't worried about him.
We ain't worried about that nigga. That nigga be cheating on his wife. That nigga do coke.
It always boils down to some bullshit.
Just like, nigga, fuck bro.
I always boil down to some bullshit. I like how they showed that he wasn't perfect because he had other women going and different kids. It's like they showed him as a human at the end of the day. Like, but at the same time, like I said, going in, I didn't know nothing about him. Like nothing about him. I just know. I know the love he got for other people. Like I ain't met an island dude in my life that didn't love Bob Marley.
Yeah, it's funny how we overlook that, like as males or whatever, right? Because it's just like when I hear somebody being just like, "Oh yeah, he had a bunch of wives and women or whatever. He was cheating on his women." It's just like, okay, what else did he do? There's no pause. There's no like, what? Like, why would he do that? It's just like, no, he was a man. He was out there doing his thing or whatever, right? But he was a great man. But if you did that, if it was the flip side, we're just like, oh, that bitch was a whore, nigga. That's why she.
Hey, watch Aretha Franklin's movie. You ever seen Aretha Franklin?
The Respect movie?
Not that one. There's another one that came out before that.
No, I don't think I saw that one.
That one was great. Yeah. But in the Respect, it's like they showed that she had different dudes too. She was on the same shit.
Nigga, I'm telling you, if cameras was like a phone camera was big and like internet back then, oh my God. Like sometimes I be reading up on Wikipedia and I'll be just like, that person dated that person? Like I was like, Diana Ross dated what was that? I think it was like Richard Pryor or some shit like that. Or some shit like what? Like
Janet Jackson and Bobby Brown?
Yeah, it was like, just like weird shit that wasn't like told because there was no shade room. There was no, you know what I mean, to like put people's business out on the street. It was just like, yeah, bro was fucking with her. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the reason why she didn't have babies is because he beat her and fucked up her. Like, damn, she was a big star. Like, I'll tell you who that was after the podcast. I ain't gonna put that out in the streets, but like apparently somebody made another actress not be able to have kids no more. It's like, this is a bigger actress. I'm like, damn. Like, that's how it went. Did you heard about the Sam Cooke story, right?
With his wife marrying
Bobby Womack.
Yeah.
And Bobby Womack
did the song about it.
And then he fucked his stepdaughter too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nigga went to his funeral in his suit, in his Cadillac.
He wrote the song on him.
That's crazy. That's wild, nigga. That should have been all over the shade room.
My son's got to go deal with that.
Yeah. Like, how yo kill, bro.
But yeah, man. Anyways, man, the Bob Marley. Overall, you want to rate it?
Yeah, we could rate it. Yeah, I might have to pull up the what's it called on this one. But it's like at first going in, I was just like, I really wanted to see it because of the trailer. I felt like they did a good job cutting that or whatever. I was just like, it's like a cool little movie. I would like to know more about who Bob Marley was, like, and I didn't really get that, but it did kind of lure me to want to watch something else.
And I think that's a good thing. I think that's the good thing about it because it makes you want to know. It's like you're interested in this background for real,
right? Yeah, which is always a good thing. I feel like for movies, if they make you do anything, then it's like it did its job. Like I was like, oh shit, I was able to go backwards, and I was like, if you watch a movie, like say if you watch one of like a movie that was like a sequel or something like that, or a movie that was remade, like some movies are remade, so it's like, oh, I want to watch the original. You know what I mean? But I'll give this movie a right, and right.
I get this movie a right, and a right.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not even because the right is still good. So it's like the story was good. It was a little confusing with the father part. I think that's the part where they kept showing him running through the field with the father, and then them switching the father. I think that's the only part that bothered me because it was like, what was that about? What it was like, are they saying like your daddy wasn't white? He was really a black man.
That's what I left thinking. I was just like, okay, well, he kept saying his dad was white, but was his dad really black? And
yeah, I didn't. That part was confusing to me. I'm sure it's a meaning somebody else caught, but I didn't catch that.
Yeah, and the fact that they threw us in the middle of it, they gave us some parts when he was a kid, like when he came up in the record. Because I feel like, all right, remember when he went to the recording studio, dude pulled a gun on, the whole crew, just like nigga going there, and they made that song, and dude was in there dancing. Start the movie off like that. That's how I like movies. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see Bob Marley when he was, how he got into the music. You know what I mean? But that's me. That ain't everybody. But that's the only reason why the story is just good to me and not great.
Mm-hmm. It was really good to me. It was really good. But it was just that part was confusing because it's like if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna give me Bob Marley's life, to give me that. But it seemed like the focus was more on what he was fighting against, which is dope too. But it's like, don't give me glimpses then. I don't want to see him as a kid then. I don't want to see that because I'm gonna want to know about that.
Yeah. You think J. Cole could have played the part? I think they could have let J. Cole play the part.
But if J. Cole can't act, maybe he auditioned. They were like, man, get fucked.
Show ass up out of here, nigga. Show ass up out of here, nigga. Yeah. Great film, man. Check it out. It's in theaters or whatnot. You know what I mean? It's probably gonna be on HBO Max next week.
Hey,
movies now.
Hey, no, our theater was sold out. like
Word?
packed. Yeah.
Nigga wasn't nobody in the movies when I went in the daytime too. I went matinee life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
that's different.
Yeah.
But when we went, it was full. It was sold out. It was like to where we didn't have no space in between us sitting.
Okay, well, shit, that's dope. I was like, I'm glad it was doing numbers. I was like, when I went in there, I was like, of course, matinee, like people be at work. I don't work in the daytime, so like it was like 3 people in that bitch. But I did see a video of the dudes buying the ticket, and it was like, "What movie y'all trying to see?" And it's like it pans the camera. It's like all these niggas dressed up in like Jamaican attire with the flag and shit like that. Nigga, what the fuck you think, nigga? We ain't coming to see Mean Girls, nigga.
You getting smart, nigga? Come behind the counter, nigga. Don't ever ask me no stupid shit like that.
Oh man.
Hey man, like, share, subscribe, talk back wherever. If you there, let us know what y'all think about this movie. And if you're a Bob Marley fan, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear how they felt about it. If you're a real Bob Marley fan, I want to know how y'all felt about it.
Yeah, I heard it got bad ratings. I heard people was just like, man, that shit was trash.
I mean, I like I said, the dude was telling me that before the movie came out.
Yeah.
It's like they anticipated this being terrible.
Damn.
But it's like, how could you anticipate? How could you tell if my son made a movie about me? How could you tell my son that's not true to life? Like, exactly. I lived with him.
Nigga, I was there.
I was in the movie. How could you look at Ziggy and be like, nah, this ain't it?
Nigga,
like, nigga, this
you
is
capping.
You ain't been to Jamaica a day in your fucking life.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part about it. If you did make a story, like you got famous, right? And you made a story about like, your family life, you know what I mean? And one of your cousins was just like, nigga, your mom's wasn't like that. He was like, nigga, I'll beat your ass. You don't tell me what my mom was like.
It's like,
tell me anything.
It would be like if Afeni had anything to do with All Eyes on Me and we got on here like that shit was horrible. It didn't capture none of that. She like, nigga, that's my son. What are you talking about? I was
there. What the fuck you mean?
He didn't eat cereal like that. What are you talking about, nigga?
Tupac that I do. He didn't even have a mama. What?
Niggas be crazy, man. Anyways, man, Bob Marley, One Love. What was it called? One Love? One Love.
We out.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.